All right, welcome back. Let's just jump right into part 2. Now, I did think about this side. One of the things I think I'm going to do is take some of these postage stamps that I was talking about. Part of me does want to put, although I don't really mind that. Do I mind that? Because I don't want to cover up my boat. And I don't like, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take some of these for funsies. And I guess I could take some of that gray as well. That might be fun. Anyway, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to take this one, says enjoy life. And I'm going to skip the green one. And that one goes more with the porch. Enjoy the view. These are quite sticky. Ooh, I could overlap that a little bit. No, I'm going to put it down here. Enjoy the view. And then I have a seagull one. It says dream big. There's another one that says beach day. Oh, there's a lighthouse. Then they've got the flourish, the flowers, a boat one with remember. There's quite a few cool ones. Maybe I'll just have to put a few just for fun. Just for funsies. And again, look how many you get. You get quite a nice smattering of them. Oh, tore that one. Oh, here. And you know what I could do if I wanted to get, now I'm getting fancy, which I don't usually do, but you know what? Here's the thing. Your mind goes, oh, let's do this to really sort of show. So I'm taking a distress watercolor pencil in, you guessed it, Uncharted Mariner, because I want these to show a little bit. Oh, you know what's fun about that? Can you even see that? Look how it picked up it accentuated the postage part. Yeah. Like that, precious. Now, I can leave it like that. I like 3. I'm not going to outline that because that would be the other one. You want an even number, right? Or an odd number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more sticker. And I'm thinking, so it repeats at the enjoy life. So I like the boat one. The dark boat one would be nice because then I'd have 2 dark ones. Now, I'm going to show you what I do with these extra ones rather than put them back near the roll. What I would love if there was another one like that, but that's fine. So I'm going to do this one a little more off to the other side, like the dream big. And these 2 aren't edged. Do I want to edge them? Sure, why not? Let's do a different color though. Let's do, this one is a bit brighter. This is Salty Ocean. Brilliant. It's not really the right color blue, but that's all right. We don't mind. It's a little, this is more of a sky blue. Uncharted Mariner goes perfectly. Salty Ocean is a little bit off, but again, that's all right. You know what would have been good would have been this one. Weathered Wood. So I can just come on top. Again, now I'm getting fussy. I like it. I like both. It's fine. So what I'm going to take with this extras, I put my washi tape in these drawers. They're like they pull out, there's 3 of them, and you see what I do with my extra? Because this is plastic. So if I just stick these on here lightly, I can just peel them up. And then I can kind of see them and use them per se. So, yeah. You guys are getting all the tips. Now I think I will come in with a water brush. I'll just add a little bit of water. Just for fun. So relaxing. I mean, you can make the outside of these books as fancy as you want. I don't tend to because A, they're going in a pouch. And even if I had them on the shelf, you know, I don't know. I don't. You can do whatever you want. That's the beauty. But I do like that, I have to say. Just want to show, I just realized my rag. Look at the colors. Perfect. All right. What's next? Now what we're going to do is grab some of the ephemera. So I've grabbed these little tomato, raspberry. I like using recycled stuff just for this purpose, just to have a holding spot. So here I've put some of the bigger pieces. Now this is going to be tricksy because this is not going to fit in here. I haven't quite figured out what to do with the super long pieces, but I've got, these are the laser die cuts, the big ones. This is the, oh, this is the by sea. This is by land as I throw them out of the bucket. And then these are the chipboard pieces. So they're a little bit thicker. So next what I'm going to do is, normally what I would do is I would just do this on a table. But because I have limited space, I'll show you by just getting a, like a scrapbook piece of paper. But I want to sort them so, you know, for example, all the hearts with the paper are together, or all the butterflies. So I'm going to go through each kit. And I also like to keep the kit together, whichever it is. So let's do that. This is perfect. Let me grab this. And then I'm just going to come along with these. Although technically I really want to start my book by the ocean one. Because this is, to me, I'm more excited about the ocean side of things rather than the sea, by the sea part, than the land part. Oh my gosh. And we have chipboard down. Chipboard down. I'm going to show you how this works though, first of all. So here's the packet. It comes like this. Again, this is by sea, by land, or by sea. Get it? Oh my gosh. And red, white, and blue. Hello. For those of us in the US, you would understand that. So this is it. And then you get this piece. So in their kits, Katie's kits tends to be the marketing side that has all the pieces on it. And then you get this sort of bonus piece. And then this comes out like this. And there's usually 2 of these. And all you do is very carefully punch these out like that. So I've already done that. But see, this is why I had to get 2 of these. There's hardly anywhere that have crabs like that. Any kind of crabs. These are kind of cool because they look like they're the stone crabs. And, you know, yeah, a lot of it's just, these are harder to find, some of these images. So that's why I had to have 2 of them. So you do you. Okay, so all I'm going to do is sort them. I'm going to stick these together. So these are the bigger pieces that they're not going to fit. I think what I might do, that's 12 by 12. I'm going to have to get a 12 by 12 page protector or something. This will fit. This is very cool, this netting. God, look how intricate that is. Just amazing. And I'm just going to sort. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to put all the like items, however you want, really. You could put all the colors together. You could put... So I'm just putting, and then I'm just looking at this for a reference. There's only one of those, so, you know, and then you have a couple of these. This is the packaging. So the bigger pieces and the packaging. I usually just put those together. So here are all the pieces that I've gathered. I may have dropped a few, but we're not going to panic, okay? Do not panic. So I'm just going to very carefully put that on a flat surface. I like to keep this page blank. I didn't buy the pouch for this one. If it had been the beach themed, I would have got the pouch, but it was more of the garden theme, more of this theme. So I'm going to just skip the first page in case I want to jot notes down or I want to write the kits that I have or the kits that I want, etc. And I want to start with, usually, see, I've cut this up. I usually do it this way so I know what that is. But I guess what I can do, I'll just write it down. I'm just going to write it down. And I'm just going to glue this on camera in a random fashion. So what I realized is this has some of the other kit images. So what I thought I would do instead, because it won't all fit on one piece, which it doesn't have to, I could go into two pieces, 2 pages. I'm just going to cut out the ones that I know are beachy themed. I don't usually do this way, but that's okay because, you know, each kit, so like there's a starfish. Let's cut that little guy out. Although, see, then I get into the issue where that's definitely a portal for a seafaring boat, as it were. So let's talk about gluing while I'm here. I could use this, my ATG, Advanced Tape Glider. The other thing, you can use any type of tape runner you have. You do want to use permanent, which makes no sense. The other one you can use is the Tombow refillable. And these just pop out, these little guys. I love these. And these are great to take to crops or traveling. I take these for traveling. And then you have refillable ones. Now this is usually the one that goes with the repositionable, but I never use repositionable anymore. So I just filled mine with the permanent, and that way I'm using them, and I have multiples in different places where I like to craft. And all I'm gonna do is come along and do a little bit of a strip and then put that down. But it's permanent, you say. How can you use that? Because you can. It will come off the paper, and I'll show you with another book that I've had already done for a while. But I'm just going to put a little bit, a little skosh, like a little square, enough to hold that down. And I can slide that underneath a little bit, with the idea being I just want to be able to see everything. So a little piece there, and I'll go into it a little more about how I have a trick for when we're doing the lots of things. But again, I just want a little bit. If they come off, then you just pop them back in. So there we go. There's page 1. Now, because I don't have the name of this one, I'm going to just write it down with a handy dandy pen. By Sea, Summer Porch by Sea laser. And then maybe I'll even do an arrow, like just because it's fun. All right. So now I'm just going to come along with whatever I want to start with. And for example, I can use these. And the idea being, I want to be able, now these all say the same thing, but like, for example, we have beach house. A couple of them are different. This one's blank, seashore. Oh, because this came from the other kit. So I'm going to just leave that out for now. I had 2, as you saw. So I want to make them, I'm going to overlap them to save space. If you want, you could do it like that. But I want to overlap them so I can save space, but I also want to still be able to pull them out fairly easily. So I think what I'll do with these ones is I'll put glue here and here, and then just overlap them that way. And so with these ones, all I'm going to do is put a bit of glue. You can see that. Yep. And I'm just going to put it right there. And then the other one, I'm going to put the glue on the other side, wherever you want, but just so you can sort of slide them so you can read. Yeah, I can read it, but I'm not, again, I'm just saving some space. But it does take a tiny bit of planning. Maybe I'll do it this way so I can pop it up higher. There we go. Yeah, that's the way. Whoop. And again, as you're doing this, breathe. It's so relaxing and fun. This one has no words, so you can put whatever you want on it. There. First one's done. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to go along and group to whatever can fit on the page. So I do like to put sort of all of the words on the same, because, I find for me when I'm crafting, I'm going to look for the words to go together. So, for example, as opposed to, this guy, these to me go together. Which ones go together and which ones do not? That's the name of the game. Now, with these ones, whenever I have tickets or anything that are skinny like this, it's harder to sit there and go through all of these. So what I will do is I kind of put them all together, and then I figure out how long I need. And then I just do one strip. And then I come along and I just tack them like that. So they're up against each other, so the glue's not in the middle. The glue's not, there's not a space, because then you end up with a little bit of glue. And now you see I miscalculated and I have a little bit of a strip. Options. You're going, wow, this is so obvious. I can come in with another one, or I can just rub that off. But I'm just going to come in with my next one. And then these ones again, this isn't too big of a deal. Apparently I'm not going to overlap these ones, which is fine. They don't all have to be overlapped. I just overlap to save space, so I can get more on one page. And like I could do that. Because I put the glue at the top, I can slide that under, and then I know what they are. All right? I hope that's all of those. And if it's not a big deal. Then I'm going to put that one little lone postage stamp can go here. Cool. Cool beans. So you get the idea. So all I'm going to do is go through and do that with all of my die cuts. So again, I'm going to put these sort of knot rope ties, and I'm just going to do a strip so that I can get them all in one, kind of like that, and just butting them up close together. Can move them around a bit, however makes sense, The idea being you don't want a bunch of glue. So, and you want to be able to get them out if you need, if you want to pull one. But that's not hard. I don't worry about that. As long as you're not, because I can just sort of take my paper and pull that off like that. And in fact, that doesn't have much glue, so I'm going to bring it down here instead. But so for example, this one, that's how you peel off. And you might lose, that's because I wasn't careful. But even if you lose a little bit of paper or some of this paper comes up, it doesn't really matter because you're going to glue it down. I just want to make sure there's not glue that's going to stick to this side. Now, this might seem like an awful lot of work and an awful lot of fussy, but again, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the process. I have a little more glue here still, so I think what I'm going to do is put a seagull, maybe. No, I don't want the seagull. But you see what I mean? Oh, it's so relaxing. It's just fun. We need more seagulls. That's what I think. That's what I have to say about that. Here, I can put an anchor. And then the other thing you can do if you have a lot of glue, if you have some glue, is you take one of those little, you can put a little bit of flour on there or cornstarch. There's also, I think a lot of stampers have those little pouches that have the flour in them. That's what they're for, to get rid of the sticky. So yeah, so just keep going. So here we go. Here's the finished project. Again, I can jazz this up if I want. I'm thinking if I put this on a shelf, I might put something on the spine, just a label saying what this is. And front page is blank. Put some notes there. So when I turn these pages, I tend to turn them sort of from the top, put my hand under, turn them from the top, or from the edge rather, like that. So I haven't done all of the collections, but I've got my laser cut dies, kind of grouped boats, ropes, things like that. The bigger overlapping frames. And then here is the chipboard pieces, and I did put the chipboard packaging. Now, one of the things I'd like to do, again, this is a little lacy piece from the die cut. It didn't fit on the other page, which is fine. So for this, I want to protect it. Same with I put a lot of flowers. I'll put that on top. I don't know if I mentioned that. Or I'll put, the other thing you can do is take the packaging, the plastic from the packaging, and if you have a bunch of the lacy stuff, you just glue a piece of this down to sort of protect it from, and all you're trying to do is protect it from catching on what's on the other side, because they are fragile. This is the chipboard set. Again, I can see what I have, what I don't have. I did pull out the couple of pieces that didn't really belong, so like the tree and the flower, and these two I felt should go with the on land. I need to find this packaging. I don't have it handy. And so when I go to do the layers of things, I put the first one down, and then I just put a bit of glue at the underneath, sort of like here, and then I just layer the next one. But I can kind of pick these up and read what they say. This one's upside down, that's helpful. And then a tiny little bit of glue on these. You can put a piece here, a piece there, so they don't flip-flop, whatever. Same idea. I just did a strip of glue and put the words, have all the words sort of together. So when I need a word, I can easily find it. This is the same sort of deal with this. I put one down, then I put a little bit of glue, but very easy to pop out whichever one I want. Line these up. And there's no rhyme or reason when I'm doing this. And again, to justify the crazy, the other thing I'll do is if we're sitting on the deck just chatting, my husband and I like my hands to be busy. And so I'll do this kind of thing because this takes zero brain power to do, right? I'm just sticking stuff down and it's fun. And then I can still give 100% attention to the conversation. And then we get to the end. So I still have room for my other bits and pieces. And then if I need more, I can pull these up quite easily and just keep going. So yeah, so that's the project. I don't advise this. I don't advise you have things hanging off the edge, especially if I want to put it on a shelf. But yeah, that just sort of happens. So try and stay within the border just to protect your pieces. I have added a couple things to my book. I took the cutoff from the packaging and I just stuck it on, just taped it on with no fanfare whatsoever. And then what I realized is I did get my rub-ons in, and I realized that I wanted them to be in the pocket. So I put them in the, what I didn't want to lose that beautiful paper look. That was the inside of the pocket. So I just took a page protector, or like a, what do you call it? Yeah, page protector. So you know, a student grade page protector that you slip documents in and whatnot. And I just used a little bit of score or red line tape, just like a tiny smidge here, 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 and here to anchor it. And then I sewed around. And what that does, you can see it's sewn. I used a light colored thread, so you don't really see it on the front that much. But that just helps anchor where it's supposed to go. You can see my tape is pulling up. But again, that's okay. Part of the problem is because now it doesn't want to stick to the acetate, which I don't blame it. And then this was from the packaging. So I just clipped that here. And then in my pocket, which I now glare, in my pocket, I put the different rub-ons that I have. And then it also, the rub-on package comes with kind of a, okay, this is what you get. So I put that in the front. And it just slides in there. And so now my rub-ons have a handy-dandy place to go. So how fun is that? I kind of do like that it's see-through. For a bit I thought, well, maybe I should have used another piece of the paper. But I like that it's see-through. I think, you know, it gives you a good idea of what it is. All the things, all the things. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Kind of crazy, kind of fun. Again, as Tim says, maker's got to make. And I will just see you next time. Go get inky.